Recap, Recast, Recycle, podcast about franchises and how they get better and worse over time. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Jurassic Pod. Dinosaurs. Ladies, gentlemen, dinosaurs. Welcome to Jurassic Pod.
And how many R's are in that Jurassic, Joe?
There are 3, just like in the title of this podcast, when abbreviated. I'm just kidding. It's welcome to Recap, Recast, Recycle, a podcast about franchises and how they get better and worse over time. Franchises like Jurassic Park, starring Timmy the T-Rex and shirtless Jeff Goldblum himself. On today's episode, we're talking about a movie that came out in the early 90s and changed the game, at least in terms of how movies were made, more specifically in CGI terms. A movie that terrified 11-year-old me, a movie that has continued to inspire creators for years and years. The movie I am, of course, alluding to is 1993's Jurassic Park, a complete masterpiece of movie making. And on today's episode, Colin, where are you?
Who's calling? I'm Mr. DNA.
I was wondering if you just left or you're going to try and do a bit.
I just looked up.
I didn't go anywhere. I'm Mr. DNA. I'm here. I'm the special guest today.
Yeah, I thought he was going to appear in the camera and do jazz hands.
That's what I thought too. Okay.
Ah, surprise! Well, it's not Mr.
Holy
DNA.
Smokes, that is actually
it was
terrifying.
Going to be, but it wasn't. It was me all along. It was Colin.
I feel like I'm in the movie Unfriended.
I gave up that bit because I decided it was probably racist.
And just probably wouldn't work for an hour and a half. I mean,
it could have worked.
Okay.
It definitely could have worked.
On today's episode, we have a guest, Hayden. Do we use last names?
Hey.
That's me.
Usually. Nobody can say his last name anyway.
I was I was planning to do a build up, then I was like, wait, do we say last names? So I just went Hayden and then stopped. I was like, I don't know what to say. Okay. Hayden, he's here. Wave to the camera.
Clap for me.
So we got Hayden
Thank you.
in the maroon shirt. We got Kale in the black shirt. We got Colin with the blue shirt, blending into his blue background.
And the Pulp Fiction shirt.
Who?
I didn't hear anything you guys just said because my earbud fell out of my ear.
I think Kale said he has a Pulp Fiction shirt on.
Yeah, I said a Pulp Fiction
shirt. Verify that.
I have
you can.
Coffee
there it
shirt
is.
On.
Cream and coffee, baby. Got to represent. I've got on a blue shirt. I don't know. It's not that fancy. 3, 2, 1. Trailer. What an epic trailer.
Ah!
Word. Just insane.
The dinosaur almost ate us.
You weren't ready for it? Well, I wasn't ready for this movie. And there it was.
Oh, Hayden, just to be clear, we don't actually watch the trailer.
Okay, I was like, I missed that part.
A little behind the scenes. We never watched the trailer.
Yeah, I'm just I'm kind of lazy. I'm like, we're not gonna watch it right now. Just cut it in.
I saw Hayden's face, just like, what's going on?
He was just like, what is happening? These people are crazy. That was so good.
I thought I was missing something.
Oh, I have a notification from Skype.
That made my day. What do you have a notification for?
Because you recorded something after I recorded something.
Oh yeah.
Double recording.
I couldn't tell if you were recording. Colin, do you have the tagline for this movie?
Yes.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Would you like to say it?
I would like to say it.
By all means, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for giving me permission. The tagline to this movie is an adventure 65 million years in the making. And it's exactly in that voice, too.
I'm pretty sure a billion other movies have used something similar.
Also, I don't think this movie took 65 million years to make.
No, it did.
No, it did.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's
They
crazy.
use real dinosaurs.
They've been handing it down.
Dang. All right, would we like to hear the synopsis?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is from Rotten Tomatoes, and Hayden, just so you know, Rotten Tomatoes is rarely good at making synopses.
Well, it's the only credible source.
It's exactly. It's the only credible
Yeah,
source
we are
you can have
sponsored, so we can't talk. We can't talk
Yeah.
too bad about them.
It's the Wikipedia movie websites.
Oh my god! I think Wikipedia is the Wikipedia of movie
I think
websites.
Wikipedia would like to have a word about that one.
All right. In Steven Spielberg's massive blockbuster, paleontologists Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, and Ellie Sattler, played by Laura Dern, and mathematician Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, are among a select group chosen. They're the entire group, first of all. It's those three. They're among a select group chosen to tour an island theme park populated by dinosaurs created from prehistoric DNA. While the park's mastermind billionaire, there shouldn't have been a comma there. While the park's mastermind billionaire John Hammond, played by Richard Attenborough, assures everyone that the facility is safe, they find out otherwise when various ferocious predators break free and go on the hunt.
Yeah. That's the
Wow,
movie.
what a thrilling plot. Do we know if you can edit Rotten Tomatoes plots?
I don't know that.
Because if you can, that should have been our goal for this podcast. Actually, was just to edit it,
Yeah,
edit
true.
the appropriate plots.
Just edit it and put a link to your video.
Yes.
Be like, here's
plug.
the actual synopsis.
All right. Let's go through our main characters real quick. There's a lot, actually. So you got,
I mean, it's pretty contained, right?
yeah. It's just like there's not really any secondary characters, so you have to
Yeah.
kind of put everyone there. You got Sam Neill
Well,
as
see,
Alan
Joe, he's going to
Grant.
mention every single dinosaur. By
I
speed.
swear.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm going to.
Okay, do
Sam
that.
Neill as Alan Grant. What do we think about him?
He should not be around children.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
He was fine with the
he hates them?
grandchildren, but he was about to kill that poor dig site kid. Like, he was annoying, yeah, but don't pull what's basically a knife on a kid.
I was wondering, who's like, how does that kid end up there? Like, he doesn't look like he's
That's a good
contributing to the
point.
dig.
It
It
was
was
bring
take your
your.
kid to work day.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's only one kid.
Yeah,
He
only
felt
one person
lonely.
has a kid. Because everyone else is like, hey kids, I'm a paleontologist.
I gotta dig.
But I'm going to say
I
this
like-
for a lot of the actors in this movie, but it's a great use of Sam Neill.
Yes,
Mhm.
I did enjoy hearing his actual accent pop out sometimes.
What?
His like
What?
his Kiwi
what is
accent or
his
whatever
accent?
he is.
Huh.
I think he's from New Zealand, but I don't know that for sure. Laura Dern as Ellie Sattler. She's great in this movie.
Great.
Mm-hmm. She's really funny. And just like really good at being terrified by raptors, which in turn made me terrified by raptors.
She's got such a
And she
weird
gets-
like manic energy about her. She's just like
I like it a
flailing in her
lot.
arms everywhere all the time.
And she gets to be a main
water
character. She's
droplet
never like,
scene?
oh no, she's in trouble, or oh no, they need to go save her.
Uh-huh.
She gets to do her own thing.
Yeah, there's even that line about like we can argue about feminism in danger later or whatever she says. I have so many quotes from this movie, by the way.
Me too.
Just so you
Mine
guys
are
know.
mostly Ian Malcolm's.
That's fine. Speaking of Ian Malcolm, let's talk about him now. Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm.
Quite possibly the best that Jeff Goldblum has ever been in a movie.
Yeah? No,
you
you're
forgot
forgetting
Jurassic
about-
Also
Park
good to
2.
fly.
You're
Yeah,
forgetting about
the
Jurassic
kill.
Park.
What about 2, where they take the secondary character and make him the first character, the
Which
main
is-
character,
Which worked really
Genius.
well for Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously.
and Solo?
And so,
I mean, he is good in
but,
other things. He's very good in The Fly.
Kelly, you're forgetting about Independence Day Resurgence.
I am forgetting
Oh,
about
he's good in the
Independence Day
first one.
Resurgence. You're right.
Actually, I feel like I like him better in Thor Ragnarok. But I mean, that's just kind of a heightened version of Jeff Goldblum.
Well, this is the best Jeff Goldblum at this time. The 90s
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Richard Attenborough, the man himself, as John Hammond.
I like him a lot in this.
I'll get to him later.
Okay, we'll get to him first.
What does that mean?
Don't
He's
worry
got
about
some
it.
choice words to say about him.
About
A bunch.
Daddy Hammond. This dude didn't act for 14 years, and then he came back to do this movie.
Yeah, why not?
Solid choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He delivers
He gets to be
a
old
a
and
good
carry a cane.
performance.
It's the dream role. He gets to eat all that ice cream.
He
Good
does eat a lot
stuff.
of ice.
Spared no expense.
Mm.
Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon.
Yo, that guy's
Clever
intense.
girl.
Clever girl.
He's Australian.
I really
he?
appreciate that he isn't like a villain or anything. Like, he doesn't turn on anybody. He's just there to do his job, and he does it.
Yeah, he does it to the best of his ability. Joe, you can't be
Yeah.
coughing in these times of COVID. What did I just say?
I just choked on my water.
Oh, well, don't do that.
If I died on the podcast, I need y'all to release that podcast. By the way.
Yeah, we're
Just-
monetizing
if that
your
happens,
death.
if that happens, yeah, do it all.
Joe died, not clickbait.
Gone wrong.
Story time. Gone sexual. Okay, Joseph Mazzello and Ariana Richards as Tim Murphy and Lex Murphy. They're the kids.
They're,
They're
Not
actually
that
good.
annoying.
There.
Yeah.
Especially
Like,
She's
his
a
boy is... Okay. The boy is annoying, but, like, it's in service of the story, and that's what a kid would do.
Mhm.
Like, he's not, like, you better like this kid, but he's also annoying. It's just, that's the kid.
He's a
That's how he
kid.
is.
That's it. That's how people are. That's how I was
also-
with dinosaurs.
the
was
girls'
cool.
audition for this movie was
Mhm.
just coming in and screaming.
I mean, that's all you need.
Like, Steven
She does
Spielberg
that.
had her just come in and scream to see how well she could act as scared. Which
What
is
about her
very weird
hacking,
for an
though?
audition.
It's a Unix system. She knows how to work that one.
That was so dumb.
I don't think you know what a Unix system is.
No, the
I don't think
kid,
I know what a Unix system is.
the hacker girl. That's
A
what she
Unix
said.
system is when a bunch of Unix get together and they talk about their feelings.
What are you
That was a
talking
good.
about?
That was a good bit, Joe. Keep that in. Don't cut that out. That was worthwhile.
Holy smokes.
That was comedy right there. That was yes and. Okay, Martin Ferrero as Donald Gennaro. Oh my gosh. He's the
who's
lawyer?
that?
Yeah, he's the lawyer.
He
The
was a lawyer.
blood-sucking lawyer.
Got him. He's good
Yeah.
as his role.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a bad actor in this movie. Ow.
No.
Colin
have any more
dies,
thoughts
not
on-
clickbait.
Martin Ferrero as Donald Gennaro.
He got eaten on the toilet, so
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
Yes.
Just
Really
like Elvis.
embarrassing. What?
Died on the toilet.
That's exactly how Elvis died. It's
Yeah.
getting eaten on a toilet. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That must be a reference. Okay, Wayne Knight as Dennis Nedry is the best actor in this movie.
Yeah. Like, that is the perfect use of Wayne Knight.
Absolutely.
ever.
Okay,
Because-
so you know the scene where he has the can and it makes that noise, and it's the
Yeah.
big debate. Is that him or is that the can? I think it's him. I think he's the one that makes that noise.
The debate's been raging for 20 years. We're here to put a stop to it.
It's him.
It's him.
Confirmed.
It's him.
I love, yeah, that whole first scene where he's just like giggling and laughing. When you should,
Dodson.
like, you
We
think
got
it,
Dodson
usually a
here.
scene like that, he would be like all, like, timid and like, oh, don't let anybody see. But no, he's just having a great time. He's just so excited to see all these
The
weird spy
Hawaiian shirt.
stuff.
Because, like, a Weasley, like, nemesis antagonist is Wayne Knight's, like, that's his role. Like, that's what he does best. like Newman in Seinfeld or Emperor
That
Zurg.
guy in Space Jam.
Wayne Knight. He's
Did
practically
he
playing
play
himself.
himself in Space Jam?
I
Probably.
think so.
That's incredible.
And
I know
Dan
Bill Murray
Aykroyd.
did. God, that joke in Space Jam where Bill Murray comes in and the guy's like, I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture.
I love it. I love it so much.
Also Rip Nedry.
Okay, Samuel L. Jackson as Ray Arnold.
Hold on to your butts.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Hold
Just hold
on to your butt.
Really weird, honestly. Weird that he was put in like the nerdy computer role, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's a couple roles that I've seen him in recently that I just didn't expect him to be in. Like this here, and then also he is in Coming to America. He just rolls up into a McDowell's and like tries to rob the place, and that's his one scene in the whole movie.
That's it?
Yeah.
Has
Well-
anybody seen Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Did I watch that with somebody?
No.
Okay. He's in one scene. Just one
Nice.
scene. And that's it. And I remembered him and I was like, that's kind of weird that he's in this.
Good
He's
for
good
him.
in it, but maybe he like started out just doing cameos.
The 90s was kind of his height of
No.
like, well, I guess now with Nick Fury, that's
Question.
kind of
When was Snakes on a Plane though?
that was
2000.
90s.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
early 2000s.
My bad.
Well,
That's
when
the
he
height.
first got his
Whenever you
start,
get
Samuel L.
there-
Jackson just did like theater.
Wait, he was in theater?
Everyone
wow.
was in theater, unless you're
'Cause,
Rachel Zegler, where you're a YouTuber and then you're gonna be in Shazam too.
Nice.
Spike Lee's movie, Do the Right Thing.
Uh-huh.
That was one of his first roles, and like he had just gotten off of doing like theater performances, and then he got that.
Cool. Okay, then we got who do we got next? B.D. Wong as Henry Wu, who's not our main character in this
Yes.
movie, but he comes back.
It's weird
he's
that they
in every
decided
movie.
this is going to be the one recurring character throughout this entire franchise, pretty much, or the one they're going to call
Yeah.
back to bring back. I mean, good for
Good
him,
for
I guess.
him.
He's really good in this. He does like a lot of exposition, but he delivers it very naturally, I think. Or convincing at the very least.
And he's only in like 2 scenes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we got Greg Burson as Mr. DNA.
Ooh,
He's very funny.
Incredible. Best character of the whole franchise. Should
Yeah,
have
Sure.
I mean, he's probably in every movie. Maybe not the last one. I don't know. But
He'll
they should
come
have brought
in-
him back. Or turn him into like an AI kind of a villain.
he'll come back in Dominion, but they'll clone him a real body.
Whoa, God. Terrifying. It's me, Mr. DNA.
It's just like what's that monster from Resident Evil? Like Mr. X? Is he like the giant dude in a trench coat?
Yeah, Mr. X.
Yeah. I want him.
never
I want
played
him to
Resident
be. I
Evil
want
game.
Mr. DNA to be in Mr. X and then just destroy everybody. Is Chris
But
Pratt
still,
gonna be in the
Mr.
next one?
DNA's head. Yeah, they're all gonna be in it.
Yeah, then just like snap Chris Pratt in two.
Oh
Yeah,
my
everyone's gonna
god.
be in the next movie. Okay,
I want a
now
hard R
Kale,
rating,
you
please.
said that Henry Wu is the only constant character through this franchise.
Well, the one
I-
they call back to the most.
I see your Henry Wu, and I raise you probably the best character of the entire franchise, which is
Don't
the
mention T-Rex.
Tyrannosaurus
Yeah,
Rex.
okay.
Is that the same one from every movie?
I don't know.
I don't think he's in the third one.
Die.
Is she not
Yeah.
in the third one?
Because
No.
the Spinosaurus is like the main villain in the third one.
Yeah. The
What?
third one's wild. I'm so excited to rewatch it.
I'm not.
It's really weird. It's really
Yeah.
Besides
it's
the
the
part where
weirdest
the
one out of
dinosaur
the three.
says Alan,
It's super weird.
nothing else
Yeah.
in that movie.
Like it's just so insane.
Alan.
The second one's pretty weird, but like the third one's off the chains weird. Like,
Anyways, that T-Rex looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
It's so
The director of
big.
this movie was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Joe,
it was.
what's a different Steven Spielberg movie?
Bridge of Spies. That
Okay,
classic.
Kale,
Me.
what's the same question?
Ready Player One.
Aiden, what's a better one?
Jaws.
There we go. Very good.
I'm just gonna say this right now, Joe, and I know you're gonna disagree with it, but you can literally discount anything Steven Spielberg has ever made after like 2009.
That's fair.
Oh.
That's true. You know that's true.
Oh. I would
2009 is
disagree
probably
with.
pushing it. Yeah, I said you would disagree with me, but I'm just putting it out.
Do you
Yeah.
not like Tintin?
Well, yeah, Tintin, but did he direct that?
Yeah. In
Are you
2011,
sure?
I believe. Somebody fact check me. I need help.
I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
If he did,
Yes.
2011. So he
The
did direct.
Adventures of Tintin. The Secret of the Unicorn, which is probably what it was called in other countries.
Okay, 2011. And I was giving him until 2009 because I didn't know when Catch Me When You Can came out.
What is y'all's favorite Spielberg movie?
I was
Oh,
thinking
good
about that, and I
question.
was going to bring it up. I was going to ask you guys
Oh.
the same question.
Too bad.
Yeah.
I jumped in there first.
It's Raiders. That's like my favorite movie of all time. But he's made so many. Oh, it's like, how can you make this many good movies? Like,
Wow,
how do you
man,
get
I
to
would-
do that?
I would say
And
he hasn't
The
made a whole
Post.
lot of great movies.
But I mean, his track record is so strong. Oh my word. Oh, he's
I'm
really
gonna
not
say,
made that many.
Not
After.
many good movies, you're right.
What?
Wait, what? Hold on.
Kale,
Wait,
what's
do you
your
think
favorite?
Spielberg is bad?
I don't
Hot
think he's
take.
bad, but I'm just saying, after a certain point, I just don't think he made good movies anymore. Like, he just kind of gave up and just did random stuff, which I guess after you made Raiders and Jaws, you're allowed to do that, but still. So, Ready Player One is inexcusable. He doesn't get a pass for that
But-
one.
Ready Player One's insane. No
Not
movie
in a good
looks
way.
like that.
Ready
For
Player
good
One
reason.
is the greatest movie of all time.
I wouldn't say that, but I'd say it's really fun and it's like visually insane and groundbreaking. Like he's
Also,
he's
just
done
gonna
so
say
much.
I'm probably not gonna watch a lot of his movies ever, like because
Really?
most of them are like 2 hours and pushing it. Like I'm probably never gonna watch Schindler's List. Like that's just never gonna happen.
Oh, he directed
Sure.
the next one too, The Lost World. I thought
Yep.
you only did this one. Hayden, what's your favorite Spielberg movie?
I had to look him up because I don't know what all he's made.
He's
but
made a
let's
lot.
go with, off the top of my head, let's go with Temple of Doom.
Nice
Nice.
pick.
I like that
Heck
one better
yeah.
than the first one.
I do too.
Mine's Jaws.
See,
That was
now,
good. I mean, really
this-
solid.
My relationship with Jurassic Park is that I have seen maybe half of it many years ago, and other than that, I've seen clips and I've seen references and all that. And now that I have seen it in full, I can confidently say that this is my favorite Spielberg movie.
It is. Okay.
This is incredible.
I'm so happy because we were talking last night and you were like, "Yeah, I haven't seen it." I was like, "Well, I mean, he's gonna watch it tomorrow. I can't wait." Like reactions on the pod. Oh my word.
I really
But
love
didn't
it
we
too,
all
but
watch
it's
it
a hard
together?
choice.
Yeah, that's when I
don't-
watched half of it because I fell asleep or something.
When did we do this? I don't remember this.
It's been a
Apparently, we
while.
watched this sometime and half of it
Yeah.
at my house, and I just
I
don't.
vaguely
I just blanked.
remember that. Well, see, it's a hard
But
choice
Kale just
because
like
Jurassic
Colin
Park
just
is
dropped
great.
that in the chat, and I was like, "What?"
Jaws is great, but also Raiders is great.
Mm-hmm.
And E.T. is great. You know what
I
I
would
just found
actually-
out about E.T.?
I've never watched E.T.
What?
Oh, wow. Kelly, you should watch E.T. You'd like it. But you know what I just found out about E.T. is that E.T. does not have a gender, and they are a plant-based. E.T. is a plant creature.
Who decided that? So like,
The-
is it Groot
Stevie
or what?
Spielberg.
It's not Groot,
So, like,
obviously.
do you grow ETs?
I guess.
Oh my
You got a
word.
little E.T. farm.
That's okay. Cool, Stevie.
But it's illegal in 32 states.
It's true.
I'd say his best movie is probably Raiders, like hands down.
I
think
would
this
say
is his
for
best
me, he's had more hits than misses, just
Uh.
overall.
Hey Joe, can I tell you something in confidence?
Sure.
I have not seen Jaws.
You haven't.
No.
Okay,
You
Colin.
should.
I feel like you're sleeping on Steven Spielberg for some reason. I don't know why.
I didn't really
I'm
like
gonna
Jaws.
I'm gonna come in and say you can sleep on most of his stuff.
But see,
Jaws
I've
is
seen
good.
Tintin, I've seen War Horse, I've seen Ready Player One, as we all have.
So you've
and
seen
we
War
all
Horse,
agree.
but
Okay.
you haven't seen Jaws.
You've seen his recent work. Okay.
I've seen 20 Minutes of Minority Report.
I have a hot take.
Hayden, what's
What?
the hot take? I saw you lean
I've
forward. I was
never
like, I want to
seen-
hear what this is.
Never seen Ready Player One.
Oh
Well, that's
wow,
good.
okay.
Oh my
I
word.
avoided that movie like the plague.
No.
I thought that would be
That's a
right
good
up your
call.
alley.
You would think so, seeing as Batman v Superman, still one of my favorite movies. Never seen Ready Player One.
That's
Dang,
Well,
okay.
you should
I
watch
can
it.
say
It's
one
kind of
thing.
fun.
The movie is better than the book.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
The
not
book
promising.
kind of is weird. I don't know how to describe the book, but I read it a lot. I don't
I've
know.
seen Hook. I really
Well,
like
Well, there
Hook.
you go. Essential
though-
Spielberg.
He
That's his
hated
stuff.
making that movie.
But
Did he
have
really?
you seen
Mhm.
AI, artificial intelligence?
No, and I also have not seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I haven't
What
either.
are the first two kinds?
No,
E.T..
I believe it's like
Oh my god, they're both ET. One of them is ET, and then the second one is ET Farm, and then we're about to find out what the third kind is.
It's a bigger E.T.
Anyways, we got two writers on this movie.
Two?
Kale's favorite writer, David Koepp.
nice. So
Mission
just
Impossible
wrote
3,
the biggest
2
movies ever.
zone?
The Mummy, 2017 as well.
Oh yeah, that guy.
A lot of Star Trek stuff.
Like, wow. He's written a lot.
And also the writer of the book, Michael Crichton.
Now,
Yeah.
Joe,
He
you like to
good
read.
stuff.
Have
I
you
do.
read the novel?
I have read the first novel and the second novel. They were
Are
both
they anything?
awesome. They're awesome.
Does
Now-
does the second movie follow the book?
Yes, to a certain
Okay.
extent, yeah. I think I read it a while ago, but yeah, it like lined up a lot more than I thought it would.
Though we can't mention Michael Crichton.
Crichton,
Like, is
Yeah,
that correct?
Crichton.
sure.
Without mentioning his best written work and movie,
Twister.
1995's Congo.
What?
Ooh.
What?
He
What
wrote the movie
Congo?
and the book.
What is this?
It's
Congo's the
monkeys,
movie is about the
Joe.
killer ape.
It's
Oh, wow.
monkeys.
Okay,
It's
well,
like basic
yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
One of the worst movies I've
Planet
ever
of the Apes
seen.
without the sci-fi. Oh, he also wrote
Oh no, there is
Westworld.
sci-fi.
Oh, wow.
There's lasers in that movie.
And Congo?
Congo.
How?
And
I
there's
gotta
a
watch
missing
this.
there's a missing ending to that movie where like they just laser all the apes to death.
That's insane.
And they made toys of it. Like humans versus the apes, and then just it never happened because no one could sell toys for Congo 1995.
Well,
Incredible.
Oh,
Alright.
it looks great.
Oh, it is.
just start watching
Hayden.
it right now.
Hayden, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think the budget of this movie was?
The budget?
Yes, you're not allowed to Google it.
I'm gonna go with what I'm thinking back money like in terms of the 90s.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, probably 80 million, something like that.
You got close.
I don't
It was
know.
63 million.
Oh,
But
So Kale,
this is 90s money?
yeah, this is in the old money.
So it'd probably be about 80 million now.
I don't know how that works. But so yes, sure. Kale, how much do you think this grossed?
Now, see, that's the question, because it's a Spielberg movie, so it's already gonna like make a whole bunch of money. It's a blockbuster. It was released during the summer, but like in the
And-
movie, there was billions of merchandising things, so that's also an account. Because this was like a juggernaut.
Kale, I think this number I have here takes into account whenever it was re-released, like years later. Like, you know
That's
how
when I watched it.
with like that and E.T. and stuff like that, they'll re-release their movies sometimes. I think
So-
this takes that into account.
Well, with that in account, I guess I need to like blow it up. So I think for the first time on the show, we're gonna have to go past $1 million. I'm gonna.
But the first time a movie we review has ever gotten more than $1 million.
No, I meant like in the millions. So I'm gonna have to say like $2 billion.
Nah, you overshot it. It's
Eh.
1.33 billion.
Well, close enough.
And this is taking into account re-releases. Do you know how many
You
of
would
those
have
there were?
to. Ain't no movies making $1 billion in the 90s.
I mean, isn't
The
it
only
one of like
movies that can do that is Avatar.
Yeah, isn't it one of the top grossing movies of all time, or am I wrong about that?
I mean, it is, but
Probably.
like I said, it takes into account re-releases.
I was also thinking about Jurassic World. Jurassic World is number 6 on the highest grossing of all
Oh
time.
yeah, World made a
Gross.
bunch of money.
But
Yeah.
Fallen Kingdom is number 15.
Gross again. Grosser.
Good
It's
for them.
weird.
Bad for them.
It always makes you feel good when the little guy makes all the money in the world. All right, let's get into some general notes. Joe, you got to start
You-
us.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go first.
Joe, this is your show.
General notes. I gotta say, this is a big movie, and there's not a single thing I dislike about it. So I really
Yeah.
don't know what to
This
say.
is the first movie
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
had
a great
any
movie.
bad notes.
I mean,
Kyle-
I'll get to mine.
Kale, that you have been
Well, not
the
not
entirety of
about
this
the
movie.
but and I do have one ugly note.
I think I also have
No.
one ugly note.
My first general note is I think
Is it the
Alan Grant is
dinosaurs?
cursed
Oh,
because
Why?
like a
maybe.
lot of weird stuff happens. Like his mirror, like touching a computer, makes it go out. He gets the one
Yeah.
seat in the helicopter that doesn't have matching seat belts. And he
Oh
I
my
would
gosh.
say he's
kids
very
and gets stuck in
lucky,
a tree.
unlucky. Wait, he got stuck in it whenever they slept?
Well, no, he got the car. He almost got flattened by a car.
Yeah.
I think that like he must have done like a dig and angered some spirits and got cursed or something.
Oh, dino sorcerers, of course.
He woke up Imhotep.
There it is, connecting it to the last one.
Connected to the mummy.
It all
Oh
comes
my
full
gosh,
circle.
He's a descendant of Brendan Fraser.
There we go.
Incredible.
Hey, well they're both Universal movies, so hey, could be a thing.
Yes. Somebody else say a general note.
I thought it was a little slow. I think
Yes.
the pacing was I think it was good, but I think it could have been a little faster in some regards. I think the build up to like the first like you see the dinosaur in the cage with the raptor, but I think the build up to like actually seeing the first dinosaurs is a little long.
Do we
That is
Like the
fair.
know how long?
Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, like it was like besides the Brachiosaurus, it was like an hour before you saw a dinosaur that eats people.
Yeah, the T-Rex. It was like that was like an hour into the movie.
I bet audiences lost their minds whenever that
Wonder-
happens, and just a dude gets eaten. Bonkers.
You know, like everybody run! There's a raptor in the screen. It's like when they, it's like that first movie that was a train coming into a station. Everyone was like, "Oh my God! Everyone run! It's gonna hit us!"
Or
like
when
Steven
Godzilla
Spielberg's
came out
trying to kill
and
us all.
it stepped on that movie theater, and people in that movie theater watching the movie thought Godzilla was stepping on them.
I wish audiences still reacted to new things that way, like
Oh my word.
Avatar with the
Shazam.
3D. Just like, oh my God, I'm in
The blue
Avatar right
people.
now. I'm in Pandora.
I'm in Avatar: The Last Airbender, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
No, did he direct that? I thought he just wrote it.
No, he directed it.
Yeah, he was a big part of that movie.
He,
See, that's
was
the big
all up
twist,
in that
is
movie.
that he directed it.
Joe, say a general note.
I mean, like, I don't have that many. Like, I don't have any. I couldn't pinpoint
Oh,
something I wanted to
Okay,
talk
that's what
about.
you were saying.
I
That's
was
fine.
like, I can't put the whole movie down.
I wanna end this general segment with a mini rant.
Mini
So I'll
rant.
go mini rant. Yeah, it's
Is
not gonna
it
take me.
Dilophosaurus size, raptor size, T-Rex size? What size is the rant compared to a dinosaur, please?
Probably within the context of dinosaur measuring, as we here in America use because we are weird for some reason. I'm gonna say a Dilophosaurus. Is that the one with the frills?
That's the spitty one.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
The one
Yeah.
that killed Wayne Knight.
R.I.P.
Sure.
So,
I mean, he's still his company. Whatever.
My general note right now will be that the T-Rex roar is iconic.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking
Yeah.
that thing roars, and I'm like, my fight or flight instinct activates. I'm like, I
You just
gotta
threw your
go.
computer and ran.
It activates your caveman brain.
Everyone in the theater was like, everyone out, go, it's gonna get
He's
us.
just ready to smash when he hears it. He gets his nearest club and gets ready.
The hunt's on, baby. We
Well,
eating
Genji
meat tonight.
Teriyaki primal.
Yes.
Doesn't he
The-
like
yeah,
ride a
befriended.
Tyrannosaurus Rex? in
Yeah,
that?
they're friends.
But he also fights other dinosaurs and witches.
Why does Jurassic Park do that? Oh, I guess the Jurassic World does, right?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
raptor friends.
the Raptor rides on. I wish Chris Pratt rode on the Raptor and then the Raptor rode on the T-Rex, so it like got
And the T-Rex rode on the
bigger.
Indominus Rex.
You know, this franchise really turned around on raptors.
And they all get eaten by the Mosasaurus. and Bryce Dallas Howard is just like, I don't know what this means. This feels like a metaphor, but I don't understand.
I forgot that was all in the first movie.
Yeah, they did a
And
lot
then
in that.
Yeah, in the second movie, they're like, you remember the Indominus Rex? We got the Indominus Raptor.
It's
Ooh,
the same thing,
yeah.
but it's smaller. All right,
Version
shut up about
number
the movie.
2.
We're not talking about that movie. We'll get to it.
But
Somebody
isn't
say a
it
general
wild?
note. We're going
that
back
this
around.
movie-
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, Kel, you go. I think you went first last time.
So all things considered, I think all the effects have aged well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Y-
the
yeah, I think
animatronics,
Yeah.
the animatronics looks great. I think the roughest part of the effects is when they go and there's that like stampede of dinosaurs. That's the roughest effect.
That's fair.
For me, I think the only reality it only breaks whenever they go from a CGI creature to a practical
Yeah.
one. Because then I'm like, that's practical, not like the other one just like looks rubbery and living, and that one just looks stone cold dead.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that throws me out.
I especially got that in the kitchen scene with the kids, where sometimes it would be a CGI raptor, and then sometimes it would be like rubber legs that kind of half step. Yeah.
With a very short man inside.
Oh, they were big.
Like E.T.
Nah, he's got his thighs are dummy thick, Kale. You don't understand.
I wouldn't say that, but sure.
I
Also
would
side
and did.
thing,
I want to
some
own
very
one of
great
those
shots
raptor
in this
costumes.
movie.
Very great. What?
Shots. In this movie.
Oh yeah.
My favorite is when
I was
they're
thinking gunshots.
although
You're like, I don't think there were actually.
I think my favorite is in that same kitchen scene where or after the kitchen scene, I guess, when the raptor's in the computer room and it has all that text, that green text on it.
Hmm.
Perfect shot.
Oh my gosh, he was looking at the Matrix.
Ah,
We're tying in all kinds of different franchises today, son.
I think that's
Say a
kind of
thing.
what Steven Spielberg's good at. Like whenever you see the objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, whenever the T-Rex is chasing it,
Uh-huh.
he's good at that stuff.
They parodied that in Toy Story 2. Some
Oh
of the
yeah.
toys are in like a Barbie Corvette, and they're driving around, and then Rex is behind them.
Yeah.
He does that in the mirror. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm talking about. Where like I've seen this movie through other references.
yeah. I mean, when the Animaniacs came back, that was
Yeah.
their teaser. It was Jurassic Park.
The weird way he takes off his sunglasses.
You good? Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
Hey,
And
say
that
a general
Vine or
note.
whatever, where they play the theme song on the flute, but badly.
I like when Jeff Goldblum took his shirt off.
Yes, we all did.
Best part of the movie.
It's just like half open, but my favorite part is that there's no wound there. It's just like he was like, I need like 3 buttons off, please.
And it gave us that GIF, or yeah, that GIF, whatever, where
GIF.
Sam Neill is putting his hands on the shirtless Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, so you know that scene where he's like on the Triceratops?
Stegosaurus,
And
and it's like breathing. It's like, oh
making
my
him go
word,
up
it's
and
a
down.
real.
Somebody superimposed him from that scene onto Jeff Goldblum's chest in the other scene.
It's very
All right, and then everyone has a great hat game in this movie.
yes.
Everyone's wearing all kinds of great hats, and the costumes in general are just incredible. Especially John Hammond's.
With his cane.
Cane and his weird, cause like my dad's dad dresses like John Hammond.
Have
Like
you
a
asked him if he
rich
owns a dinosaur
entrepreneur.
park?
Yeah, does
I
he?
would bet a lot of money that he's never actually seen Jurassic Park, but he dresses like John Hammond.
No. Does he own a dinosaur park?
No, he doesn't own a dinosaur park.
Well, do you know?
I am not Tim Murphy, Joe. I am not his grandson. All right, we're
He
going
could
back
be.
around. Keep it up. Keep the energy up. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. Keep it popping, locking.
So who's going?
Hell, he went first last time.
Okay.
Are we still doing good or
We're doing
general? I mean,
general.
well, I don't really have any other general notes.
Okay, that's fine. Hayden, you got any more?
I really liked when they were eating dinner and they were all arguing about
Yeah, that was
the
fun.
ethics of creating dinosaurs.
Life finds a way.
I like how this one was like, we're gonna be serious, take this seriously, and really consider whether or not dinosaurs need to be real. And by the fourth one, it's like, what if we let a raptor ride a T-Rex? Would that be cool? Would we want to see that?
Well, after the
What about
first
if a
one, they're
raptor
just like, we're
talked?
never going to talk about any of this again. The questions
Yeah, it's
about
like
morality are
ethics out the window. Yeah, just put dinosaurs in here now, please.
And they also never,
Yeah,
ever, I don't think, put up the option where they can literally kill the dinosaurs at any point they want.
Because they don't have the enzymes.
Yeah, the protocol where they
Whatever
can
that
literally
was.
shut down all the dinosaurs and put them into a coma. The protocol that would have saved dozens of lives throughout any of the rest of the movies.
But that they lost contact with the island. And then I'm gonna
saying,
guess by
moving forward after this movie, if they can do this to any dinosaur, just put them in a coma immediately. Just
No, but
do
those
it.
were I thought those were only for this island. Once they did
they
the
have
hard
other
reset
islands.
for Jurassic World. I don't really think considering the rules of that would work. I was like, you go.
I just think I would assume that's included in all the dinosaurs, and then they never bring it back up.
Because then it would break the movie.
Idea.
Yeah,
I
don't know
missed
what
that
you're talking
apparently.
about.
So like the list, I think BD Wong, I think he mentions it. May not take
Mhm.
you long.
It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Is it? I thought
He's
it was...
talking about
Okay, yeah,
how the
it's him.
dinosaurs have a thing in their DNA, and they can like switch it off to where they all get in a coma and die, but they never activate that because
And
Well, I
then they
it would
mean, to
make
be
the
fair,
movie
their
very
power
boring.
was out for a lot of the movie.
Yeah, but they were talking about it like they could have done it like right then, right there, and just didn't.
Because
I don't know.
John Hammond's like kind of evil and wants to protect his investment.
Oh
He
yeah,
doesn't
we'll
want to
get to
kill his
that.
animals.
Yeah, a big
Like-
businessman.
The reason they didn't do that is because John Hammond's running the show, and he's kind of a bad showman.
Speaking of John Hammond, his accent is very inconsistent, and thus fuels my headcanon that it's not a real accent. I think he's putting on
But
that
he is-
accent.
He's British, like
It wasn't
right?
he's
British, it was like Irish.
No, but Richard Attenborough is British, right?
Yeah, but his accent wasn't British.
John
Okay.
Hammond says he's from Ireland.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Oh, well. I don't know.
Don't you
Sure.
remember the part
Anyways,
where he
I
dressed like a
can't-
leprechaun?
He does
Does
act
anyone
like
else
a
have any general notes, or can I do my little rant?
Do your little rant. Your
Yeah, go for it.
Dilophosaurus-sized rant.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a 2-rant episode. How special.
I miss the days where characters actually had an introduction, a la Alan Grant shooting up from the bottom of the frame when you first see him.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't see that
Explain.
anymore. I was
Yeah.
about to.
Elaborate,
You don't
please.
see that anymore. Everyone's just
Fair
like,
enough.
oh, they're here now. But with that, it was like a panning shot of like establishing where everything is, and then bam, he shoots up like Finn in that Star Wars trailer.
So
And
like the one from like 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's not how his
Or-
character's introduced, Joe. That's a trailer.
Oh, okay.
But
Carry
there
on.
was like whenever a character does have a good introduction, you know. And my example is Alec Baldwin's character, Jack Dougherty in 30 Rock.
Gross.
I sent this
Oh,
clip in our
yeah.
chat. If you all want to watch it, you don't have to watch it right now, obviously. Joe, if you could put, you don't have to.
I'll
you could
put it there. No.
if you
I will
could
watch
put
the
his
first episode
introduction-
of 30 Rock.
right here.
He's
That would be
insane.
incredible.
Where's Gary?
Gary's dead. I'm Jack Donaghy, new VP of Development for NBC, GE, Universal, Kmart.
We own Kmart now.
No. So why are you dressed like we do?
Alec Baldwin is like the king of character introductions. The Boss Baby. His character in 30 Rock.
You immediately
thinking-
went to Boss Baby.
I was like, I remember when Boss Baby shows up on screen.
Joe,
What a character.
besides Mission Impossibles, is Boss Baby the only movie you've seen Alec Baldwin in?
No. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, and then Hunt for Red October.
All right, let's move on to good notes. I said my
Let's go.
piece.
He's
I
done.
just want-
He's done for the
I wanted to
episode.
bring up the introduction of Jack Dougherty because it's incredible.
You should. Oh, never mind.
Don't tell me to
Okay.
never mind.
Good notes.
Who's going?
I'll just shoot through mine, just for
Okay.
kind of time's sake, and then we can all just shoot through ours. Wayne Knight is the best part of this movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, I agree
Pretty
with
cool.
that thing I said. When the score kicked in, when the score kicked in, as they flew over the island, like the ba 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 ba, I got chills.
How about
I
when
had
they're leaving the
goosebumps.
island and you see the pterodactyls just
I was
flying
kinda
along
tired.
with the pelicans?
I
You were
was kinda
tired, so were they. They just lived through stinking dinosaur death.
I was just physically tired because I haven't gotten a lot of sleep lately. The aesthetics of this movie might be my favorite in any movie. I love how this movie
90s
looks.
industrial.
No, not
It's
necessarily like the CGI, but just how everything looks, like the aesthetic of this movie.
It
It's
almost
like-
looks like modern, like something
Oh,
that you
yeah.
could probably see even today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like industrial computer rooms clashing with nature in a way. It's like
Sure.
that. It's like they're fighting. It's like nature and civilization clashing on screen.
The CGI
Mhm.
holds up to this day.
Mm.
And my final good note is that there are so many good screams in this movie.
That's true.
People screaming all the time. Hey, and you got good
People
notes?
be screaming.
When the T-Rex first showed up, still probably one of the most iconic scenes in movie history. Still looks
Yeah.
good with the rain pouring and everything. Super menacing.
Mhm.
The Dennis Nedry scream, such a classic, and his fight with the Dilophosaurus. And
His fight.
and then when the
Fight.
dude says clever girl, that's good.
Clever
I enjoyed
girl.
that.
Yeah.
But that was
It
set
was
up
clever.
because he was talking about it earlier in the movie to like
Uh-huh.
someone else about how they travel in packs and they specifically like distract. And then it
Yeah.
happened to him, and I did like that.
Which kind of makes him an idiot.
Yeah.
It was he of the moment, Kale or Colin. I don't know why I said Kale.
Yeah, Kale. Shut up,
Kale,
Kale.
get
I
it
didn't even
right.
say anything then.
But now you're about to say something because you gotta go ahead into your good notes.
Ooh.
Another perfect shot. Probably the most famous shot from this movie. After the T-Rex has defeated the Velociraptors and the banner falls down that says dinosaurs, they ruled the earth or whatever. Like
It just says, "This is a T-Rex."
perfect shot. And then my other one is that Dennis Nedry is the best part about this movie, Wayne Knight. But
Yes.
close, like maybe in the same position, Jeff Goldblum. Like Ian
Yeah.
Malcolm is probably like the best role for Jeff Goldblum to fit his personality.
Very fair.
Yeah,
I like
Like
it.
all
the
my
chaos
quotes
theorist.
are from his character because he just has the best lines in this.
I got some other quotes from other characters. Not to brag.
That's all my good
Joe,
notes.
do you have any good notes?
The first time I watched this, I was 11, and I went to one of those re-releases. I contributed to that 1.3 billion dollars, on the
Nice.
re-release, and I knew nothing. I was like, "There's dinosaurs in this movie." That's all I know. Hadn't seen anything. Didn't know what decade it was from, and then it opens with the stinking raptor getting put in the cage, and he's yelling, "Shooter, shoot!" And I was like, "This is insane. This is the
Kill
greatest thing
it.
I've ever seen," and I was terrified. And I love this movie from that. It's just so good. I don't
It is very
know.
good.
I like that
And I
John
think
Hammond's
every
like
subsequent
this.
movie has had one of those scenes in it. The dinosaurs in the cage, we have to get in the cage, it's out of the cage kind of scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way to get a dinosaur in and out of a cage. I think Jurassic World probably does it best after this one.
They do it often, though. They
Mhm.
do it multiple times, and especially in the second one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
second one,
right.
They do it a lot.
I remember them many times.
Let's see, good notes. I like that John Hammond is like this tragic creator slash like he's like trying to play God and it doesn't work because he's an old man who has a cane and he's just stumbling around.
And he
But I
sucks.
like it when the dinner scene when he's like what does he say? He says a line. He's just so sad in that scene and I feel so bad for him because he just wanted to make a cool park where dinosaurs would be fun. And it's all crumbling around him. I kind of felt bad for his character. But in the book, his character really sucks. There's none of like the playful leprechaun energy. He's just annoying in the book.
All right.
So, I don't know. I just like that character a lot. I think it's pretty good.
Does anyone besides Kale have any bad notes?
I do.
All right. I think you're gonna have to just shotgun yours, and then we gotta listen to Kale rant.
That's fine. Mine's not long. I think the pacing was a little like slow. It felt more like a book at parts than a movie. It was a lot of like establishment, and like that's not necessarily bad, but I just feel like it was a lot of establishment. Like when the lawyer,
Yeah.
that whole scene when he went to the jungle, Like there wasn't really any point to that, and he found the amber. It was just stuff like that. It was just a little
That
slow.
reminded me of the opening to Uncut Gems.
Yes, it was. That's what it was like.
Both 2-hour movies.
Except I only finished.
But at least this one
of them.
didn't practically give me a panic attack.
I didn't finish Uncut Gems.
I watched the opening, then I was out.
I was too on edge.
Is that all you have to say that's bad about this movie?
Yeah. Just it was a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kale, it is time.
Always
Fine.
Brachiosaurus, T-Rex,
Kale
Raptor,
rant.
Stegosaurus.
Kale rant. That's the theme song for Kale rant. Kale
Getting
rant
alert
filmed
going.
in front of a live studio audience.
Now, I am going to mention that the topic of my rant is going to carry over into each and every episode for every movie we cover.
Oh boy.
Even after Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next
I'm going to find a
franchise.
way to tie it all back together.
Mm-hmm.
So simply put, and I know I don't do it when you ask, but I'm asking this time to save any questions or comments till the end.
Okay.
Keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times, please.
So John Hammond is the true villain of the Jurassic Park franchise. And I have several bullet points. Number 1, bribes people to get what he wants. That's the only way people will work for him because he's a terrible person. Because he just bribes willy-nilly to get what he wants, past safety concerns, past everything. 2, John Hammond is an egomaniac. He wasn't creating a park so people could have fun. He was just doing it because he wanted to play God, because he thinks he is God, because he is an egomaniac. 3, spared no expense. Yeah, right. He spared literally every expense. More guards, more security gates, backup systems, backup generators, better personnel. No, but he bought fancy ice cream. Spared tons of expenses. Number 4, wants his park to be for everyone, but puts it out on a remote island. This park doesn't matter if you're rich or not. That's why I made it. You put it on a remote island that can only be reached by helicopter. Even the average family that saves up to go to Disney World wouldn't make half the money it would take just to get to the park, let alone get a place to stay on this remote island. Number 5, everything that Ian Malcolm says about how terrible he is completely right. They took the actual process of cloning living creatures, bringing them back to life from extinction, and before they knew what they had, they packaged it, sold it, and put it on a lunchbox, before any safety concerns. 6, hired one untrustworthy person to run all of his security. If I ever saw Wayne Knight, and it wasn't Wayne Knight, he was a character in a situation, I wouldn't trust him. Because that's just what Wayne Knight looks like. Like, he's a very nice man, but he just has untrustworthiness written all over him. And you don't put the one person in charge of security who has brought up to you that he wants more pay and seems untrustworthy, and then not expect him to just screw you over and turn off all the security systems. 8, gets worse as the franchise goes on, and then I'll get into that later. I think he only stays around to the second one and then dies, but his actions have consequences throughout this entire franchise. Also, he's definitely done illegal things besides morally illegal things. No one comes from Ireland to America, starts a flea circus, and then gets $1 billion and makes a dinosaur park. In point, John Hammond is like the anti-Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, so Glomgold or whatever that kid, the guy who wears the Scottish dude.
Even
Isn't
worse
that what
than
he is?
Glomgold, but they are, well, Scottish, but they're close enough, yes. And that's that.
That was incredible.
Thank you. And like I said, I'm going to mention this each and every time because it gets worse and worse, especially in the second one. He's just a straight up guy. Like, there's no way
In
around
the
it.
second one, he's desperate. He's on his deathbed, and he's like, I need dinosaurs to redeem myself.
I don't
Question:
even remember
does
the
anybody?
second one.
It's It's gonna be
Not good.
intense.
I remember the
Every time
poop.
Kale,
Don't they dig through? No, wait, that's the first one. Never mind. So I don't remember the second one.
I was like going through. I was like, maybe I don't remember the second one either.
every time
Um,
Kale added another point, I got more happy. He just kept going.
He said 0.6. I was like, oh my word, he's got the best case ever.
I ate
I'm
an
just
entire
excited he's
spicy
keeping it
chicken
going.
Slinger from Sonic
Yeah.
while he did that rant.
Yeah, you literally ate an entire burger, fries, the entire deal during his rant. I thought the personnel were taken off because of the storm.
Well,
Yeah,
but
they all
Dennis
left.
Nedry is the only one in charge of security because no one else there knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why they reset the
remote
system.
security, yeah.
I mean, Samuel L. Jackson knew how to run the programs, but he couldn't get past anything that Dennis Nedry set up because he put
To be fair,
one
like,
person in charge of security for the whole island, all the systems.
what would
One person.
Nedry do? Like,
I don't know.
it's so
Well, if he
wild that
got
somebody
better pay,
found
he
out.
would stay.
What do I look like? A hacker
that
from the movie
rhymes.
Hackers?
Sure.
Or Swordfish.
Thank
if
you,
that was
Joe.
about hacking.
That means a lot. Thank you for telling me that. I needed to hear that today.
Okay.
Ugly notes. Ugly notes. This is the segment. Ugly notes.
I only have one.
Brachiosaurus. Disgusting it. No. Big cow,
Joe,
no
I'll
thank
kill
you.
you. I will literally kill you. Gosh dang it. That scene where they rolled up and then Ellie's like, look at this leaf. This is a weird leaf. And then Sam Neill's
Yeah.
just over there like, whoa, and like freaking out.
I meant
And then
the one
it picks up
at the
with the
tree.
music. Joe, shut up, I'm talking. I legitimately teared up watching that scene because of how much awe they were in.
Yeah,
And
it's
Ian
like
Malcolm's just like, you did it, you crazy son of a beesh. It's okay, I censored it, Joe. You did it.
Joe, just put a long beep over all that so everyone just thinks Colin went on a long rant.
just like, but only leave in like a few words, just like to be like,
Yeah,
what is
just
he
like
doing?
every now and then.
I thought Ellie touching the Triceratops' tongue was ugly.
It was gross.
It was
How about
really
the
gross.
mountain of poop?
That too.
Gross.
Gross. Disgusting. Get out of here.
And the spit.
Dude's arm, the spit. Dinosaurs
fine.
are kind of gross.
Yeah. And that's why they died.
Well,
They're
Well,
That was the
gross
only
till they died.
reason.
They're ewy.
If they were cleaner, they could have lived.
Yeah, come on, dinosaurs. Who else has ugly notes?
I don't know.
All right, good job, everybody. There's no,
Well,
we
my
can just
one-
move on.
My one ugly note is that Samuel L. Jackson dies off screen.
I have a fun fact about that. That we'll
I
get
mean,
to
He
it's
later.
actually
great
died
bit.
for real, and they've been using a clone of him forever. That's
True.
It's a great
fact.
bit where she walks back, Laura Dern walks back, and his arm catches her shoulder, and she's like, she's like, Samuel Jackson's character's name. Glad you're here. And then, whoop, and then she screams. Does a good scream.
Oh, Ray, you grew 3 feet. How comfortable. How comforting.
But I just
Are
wish
we-
that they had just give him an on-screen character death.
I like it
Samuel
more.
Jackson.
I like it more because you're like, oh, he's there, and then it's like, oh, he's not there. It's just an arm. That freaked me
Well,
out,
see,
and I.
I wish they did that scene, but with John Hammond.
But
She wouldn't be comforted by seeing John Hammond's arm.
Well, no, but it would mean that John Hammond would be dead, and that would be good.
That's fair. All right. Hayden, do you have any ugly notes?
Nope, just the spit.
All right. This is spit. That's cool. Are we moving on to quotes now?
Well, do we have
Sure.
trivia or fun fact or heart
Yeah.
attack?
I don't remember. I put quotes now, but we can
Okay.
do whatever. because I figured we'd lump all the trivia stuff together.
Yeah, well, quotes then, I guess, since you mentioned
How
it
many
first.
quotes does everybody have?
I have a lot.
Like, I need
0.
one number. 0. Okay.
Hayden did not listen to this movie.
No,
Mute.
I just watched
There we
it.
go. I wish there was a score-only version of this movie. I'd love that.
I mean, there is. It's called watching the movie muted and just the soundtrack playing on your phone.
No, that's too hard. I don't need that. I just need, like, audio out, music in.
I guess I
Okay,
only have like 2 or 3 because we already said
Okay.
hold on to your butts and clever.
I got 2 or 3.
Oh, if we're not reusing them, then I have 4, 5.
We should have just done it like a Smash Bros thing, like where we introduce the character and then say their like famous quote.
We should do that for every character now. Mr. DNA could be like, "Hey, I'm Mr. DNA."
I'm gonna get mine out of the way just in case
Okay.
either of you have it. So this is from John Hammond, the worst character. All major theme parks have delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked.
Yes.
Dr. Ian Malcolm. Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
I had that as well.
And then second one is also Ian Malcolm. God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. And then Ellie Sattler. Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth. And then Ian Malcolm and Sam Neill just stare at her. It's a good scene.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Those are my quotes.
Okay, I have "Welcome to Jurassic Park." Ba, 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 ba.
That's another Ian Malcolm line where he's like, what do they have in there? King Kong?
Yeah.
Go to the gates.
I also like when Hammond is looking at that screen that Ian Malcolm is poking on,
Mhm.
and he's just like, "I really hate that man."
You do have dinosaurs in your dinosaur park, right?
Got him.
I love his like
and finally,
speech
I
pattern.
like when Alan Grant is like, "Mr. Hammond, after careful consideration, I have decided not to endorse your park." And Hammond's like, "Me too."
That's a lie.
So sad. It didn't work out. He had such high hopes for it, and it just didn't
Of
work
course
out.
it wasn't going to work out. He made killer dinosaurs. He was focusing more on the merchandising than he was the actual concept.
He Jurassic Worlded his Jurassic Park franchise.
Got him.
I got 2.
So Sam,
Whenever
prove
when
it,
Alan
Joe.
Grant
Prove it.
Prove
You
it?
won't.
Okay. When Alan Grant's messing with the kid at the first part, and he's like, and then they attack, not from the front, but from the sides, and the kid just freaks out. I love that. I reference that so much when he's
Just
describing
waving
the
that
raptors.
fang in the kid's face.
Yeah, he's like, and then
And that kid is
whenever-
actually Chris Pratt's character, but as a kid.
So that's the theory, is that Chris Pratt's character is the kid.
That means he had a real life Chris Pratt kind of a glow up, because he's kind of chunky, and then he turns into Chris Pratt.
And like his hair turned a different color entirely. Kid had black hair, I believe. And then the second one, when they're on the plane for the first time, they're all meeting him, and we meet Ian Malcolm, and he does his whole chaos theory spiel, and Hammond's like, "I bring scientists, you bring a rock star." It's so good. I love Ian Malcolm. I love the way he talks. I like how he's like always chewing gum. It's so fun.
He is always chewing gum. Okay, now it's time for my favorite segment, trivia.
Wait, one more. You're so preoccupied if you should, or no, you were so preoccupied if you could, you didn't think to consider if you should.
I do like that one.
That's kind of the thesis of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, is that we're going on to my favorite segment, which is trivia, where I ask a question and you all have to answer it. These are really easy questions. Hayden, you can go first. What insect
Oh, okay.
did
I was just gonna
scientists-
buzz in.
Okay, good. What insect did scientists extract DNA from to clone the dinosaurs?
Mosquitoes.
Ding ding ding, good job everybody, we did it. Kale, what type of dinosaur kills Dennis Nedry?
Was it the Dilophosaurus?
Yes,
that?
ding ding ding, good job. Joe,
What? How is this
what
ding
was the
ding
brand
ding?
on the fake shaving cream can Dennis Nedry was to use to smuggle embryos out of Jurassic Park?
Was it Gillette?
No, it wasn't.
I'm buzzing in.
Hayden, buzz in.
Final answer?
Hayden, buzz in.
It's Barbasol.
Tag me in.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let's go.
Joe, that was your first easy one in forever.
I thought it was Gillette. I'm not gonna lie. I was more worried whenever he would like pops the thing and it's like has like all the little containers. I love his reaction to that when Wayne Knight goes like hee and it whenever it's just so
Yeah,
fun.
that's what I'm talking about. He's just so happy. Okay, now we're gonna do a segment where Joe's gonna talk for a little bit.
Yes. It's a new segment. New season, new segment. If we continue doing this, we'll be up to like
Remember when we were
80 seconds.
Remember when we had a ghost in our podcast?
Good stuff.
I forgot about that entirely.
I remember that one.
I wanted to talk. Last week we talked about 2017's The Mummy, a pretty big flop.
Well, not last week, but last episode.
Last episode.
Last
week,
year.
we didn't really talk about anything. But we talked about The Mummy, and there was a tie-in video game in 2017. That's kind of crazy. And it wasn't a mobile game. It wasn't like a Candy Crush or Temple Run. It was a full-on 2D Metroidvania. And over the week I played it, and it was awesome. And I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to spotlight if there are video game tie-ins to the movies we talk about. And the segment is called Making Moolah from the Movies. Or movie.
Nice.
Movie. But what I didn't
And
plan
that's
on,
the end of the segment. Now we're moving on.
What I didn't plan on is that Jurassic Park's been around for roughly 30 years at the time we're recording this, and there have been about like 10, 15 games based on it.
That's a lot of moolah from the movie.
That's a lot of moolah. I'm not gonna highlight all those. I just know there's a couple top-down shooters. There's not a point and click. It's like one of those things where you have to press the button at the same time. And then there are a bunch of computer games, and then there's some platformers.
There's the Lego
I'm gonna
game.
put there's
Just
the
Lego
games.
Jurassic Park covers all the movies. Just talk about
there
that
we
every
go.
time.
We'll say that's the main game that this movie was tied into.
Yeah, so
So,
we're gonna
I'm
talk
gonna
about
put up-
Lego Jurassic World now.
Didn't
I
they
think it
make
was
like
just Lego
a
Jurassic Park, and then you could play all the.
I
think
it was
it's
Jurassic
World.
What should
Yeah,
just be
I think
called?
World's like the main.
Because it came out at the same time as or as the regular movie.
the real
Jurassic
world? Yeah, the real
Yeah,
world.
because I have it on my Wii U. So
Yeah.
I think it came out around this.
It's Lego Jurassic World.
And then they
And
also had the figures
play
for
all
Lego
three of them?
Dimensions.
Yeah. So I'll put up videos and screenshots of whatever I find, but there wasn't like a central game I could pinpoint for this one.
Just put
So
up
I
Lego
think-
Jurassic World stuff for this entire segment.
Yeah, just record
Well,
gameplay.
Just a
then we'll-
cutscene from the game.
And we'll do those same clips for every one of these movies because it covers the entire franchise.
I mean, it does, yeah.
Well, I think the most recent-ish game is just like a park builder game.
Yeah,
Oh, that
there's
Called like
it
Jurassic
came out
Park
like a year
World
or two ago, I
Evolution
think.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a pretty appealing aspect of making a dinosaur park, is building it.
Hey, is that the Mummy game good, Joe?
Oh, it's awesome. Like,
It looked
all 5
good from
stars.
the video you sent.
Mm-hmm. It's
Is
really
it called
cool.
something like Downgraded or something like
The
that?
Mummy Demaster.
Which is funny because that game looks better than the actual movie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now it's time for my favorite segment, which is Fun Fact or Heart Attack. Where I ask, this is a
I don't
game,
know.
Hayden, just so you know, this is a game where I ask each one of you if you would like to hear a fun fact or have a heart attack, and you get to choose.
Okay.
This first one will be to you, Hayden. Would you like to hear a fun fact or have a heart attack?
Well, I don't have a PS5 yet, so let's go fun fact.
There we go. That's the spirit.
The T-Rex occasionally malfunctioned due to the rain. Producer Kathleen Kennedy recalls, the T-Rex went into the heebie-jeebies sometimes. Scared the crap out of us. We'd be like eating lunch and all of a sudden a T-Rex would come to life. At first we didn't know what was happening, and then we realized it was the rain. You'd hear people start screaming.
That's wonderful.
Hey, that's a Star Wars lady, right?
Yeah. Is that? Oh my word! But didn't she and Spielberg
she's
work
been
for
with
like a long
Lucasfilm.
time together? Oh,
Yeah, 'cause-
Lucasfilm. Okay.
No.
But they also worked on like Indiana Jones together and stuff like that.
I thought so.
The question is, did anyone ride the animatronic T-Rex
I
or
highly doubt it.
slide down it like in the Flintstones?
Again, I highly doubt it.
Even less likely.
All right,
we
Joe.
don't know for sure.
Yes.
Would you like
Colin.
to eat a fun fact or ingest a heart attack?
Eat a fun fact? I think.
Okay, sweet. Here you go. When Michael Crichton was asked why the novel has Jurassic in the title and has a dinosaur from the Cretaceous period on the cover, he replied that it had never occurred to him and admitted that was just the best looking design.
Yeah, it was. Design stayed around for like 30 plus years.
I don't think Cretaceous Park would have caught on.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have.
All right, Kale. Finally,
It's a lot
this is
harder
the
to
final
write.
one. Would you like to have a fun fact or the other thing? Heart attack.
The fact that's fun, please.
Very good. While filming in Hawaii, Hurricane Iniki, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but a big old hurricane hit and destroyed one of the sets. Samuel L. Jackson was set to film his death scene on that set, running from velociraptors during the or like in the hallway, but due to the weather, that scene was scrapped. Additionally, when Hurricane Iniki hit, the cast and crew were all required to move into the ballroom of the hotel in which they were staying. Sir Richard Attenborough, however, stayed in his hotel room and slept through the entire event. When asked how he could possibly have done this, Attenborough replied, "My dear boy, I survived the Blitz."
What a man.
Wow.
Oh my god. Like the
so
Blitzkrieg? Is that what you're talking
That was-
about?
Fun fact or heart attack? Hosted
There's
by
your
yours
there's your
truly.
death scene, Kale. It got struck by lightning.
Well, it
Fair
got
enough, I guess.
destroyed by a hurricane.
That's what they
Oh,
should have
hurricane.
done. They should have just had him, like, get stuck up
Run
in
into a hurricane like Superman's dad.
Yeah.
Made him get rocked like a hurricane.
Joe, bring us home.
Country road.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our Jurassic Park episode. Thank you,
With
Hayden,
3
for
Rs.
being on what
That was our Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. That was Cretaceous Park. But thank you, Hayden, for being on the episode. I would like to
You're welcome.
ask,
Oh,
how
I'm not hating. I got
how
confused.
was it
Go on, keep going.
going in, not knowing that we didn't play the trailers and that fun fact or heart attack was in fact just a game, not real life?
That was very confusing. I feel like I didn't get the memo. Even though I did get
Because-
the memo.
You literally didn't.
Joe gave me the script and I looked over it once. And
Just
for like
went
30 seconds.
I like the idea that you printed it out, looked at it, and threw it away. Like, I don't need this. I'll wing it.
You sent it to me, I glanced at it, and I was like, all right, I know what I need to do.
We'll do it live.
I got the basics.
Clearly I
it's
didn't.
these simpletons in their schedules.
Well, to be fair, the trailer isn't on the list, the schedule. That's just something
All I
that Joe
know,
puts in the edit.
I just
snap
snap
that
it all
all the
together.
fangirls are gonna be coming after me now.
Oh yeah,
Waiting
famous
for
now.
all the letters from the fangirls.
Yeah.
With all that fan mail that we get because of all the viewers of this show we have.
I like the idea that all the fan mail went to the ghost and still goes to the ghost, even though he's
That
not on
ghost
it.
stole our mail and dipped.
If we ever make this into a movie, I would like Robert Pattinson to play our ghost, and he'll just play like the dude from Twilight.
I want
But who's gonna play you,
Casey
Joe?
Affleck to play the ghost.
No. Like in that movie,
oh,
Casey
like
Affleck
in,
is a ghost.
Yeah, that's what it's
So-
called.
So I saw that. Is it just him wearing a sheet?
I think it's a metaphor for depression. I'm not sure. I never watched it.
Okay. Huh. Well, cool. Sounds like a thrill.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode. You can find us at josephmaldonado.com. That's Joseph, MALDONADO.com. And from there, you can find this podcast, the articles I've written, our Twitter accounts, and our Letterboxd accounts. Like, subscribe, retweet, reblog, repost, and once again, thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. DNA.
Okay.
I don't think people want to see my Letterboxd accounts. They get angry.